Hi everyone, hope you can join me to colour in a face tonight. Let me know if you're there. So as promised, I said that when you got your stamps, I was happy to sit down and do a colour in shade tutorial with you. So please let me know if you're there. If you have a glass of wine or a cup of tea, I've got my cup of tea. Hi, I am here. So this is the picture that I put on saying that we could shade in, but you can shade in any of the faces, whatever stamp you prefer. And if you prefer me to do something else, then please let me know. But I have gone ahead and printed out the image, and I used the Tattered Rose Distressed Oxide, and I thought I would start by doing the eyes. So let me know if you're there, and let me know if you are ready to start, and you can colour alongside me. Hi Louise, happy to see you. How are you? And is everybody happy with this stamp? Because if not, I do have Clarity, but I thought we'd maybe do Patience because I did Clarity on her Chanda. So I'm going to start with a very light brown, which is the burnt ochre, but you can use whatever colours you like. The main thing is to make sure, and I'm sorry I do have a shadow, I have moved the whole kitchen around trying to find a way of doing this, but the idea is to make sure you have the lightest colour first. So we just start by gently, with circular motions, shading in the iris of the eye, just little circular motions. I wonder if I can go in a bit closer. Hopefully you can see. And then the same with the other eye, so just little circular motions. Let me know if you're there and you're colouring along. And then with the same pencil from the edges of the eye, just little strokes coming up, little squiggles and strokes. Can you see that? And then that starts to give you a marble effect. And then straight up into the top of the eyelid, because that's where the shadow's going to be. And we'll do the same at the other eye. I am sorry about that shadow. Just little squiggles. Is everybody seeing that okay? Let me know if you're seeing it okay. Hi Rebecca. Hi Gail. Hi Moon. I'll stop every now and again just to say hi, but let me know if you've got any questions, or if I'm going too fast, let me know. But then we take little strokes down from the pupil of the eye as well, and just starting light and then doing it a little bit darker, and just mirror it on the other eye, just little lines down like that. I'm sorry about that shadow. I've had the whole kitchen moved around tonight trying to find a way, but unfortunately I also broke a light bulb as well, so it's been a bit chaotic in the kitchen tonight, cooking tea and breaking lights, trying to find a way. So anyway, that's your first layer, and then I'm going to go for a darker brown. I'm going to put in some orange, because orange will make the eyes a bit brighter. But you can use whatever colours you like. The rule is just to use different shades, lighter ones and darker ones, and then the eyes will start to pop better. So let me know what colours you're doing your eyes. Oh good, you can see it okay, Moon. Good, that's good. Yeah, hopefully, I know that shadow's there, but hopefully you can still see. So yeah, I'm putting a little bit of orange in there, but if you want to put in, if you're doing your blue eyes or whatever, just do different shades. And then I'm going in for a darker brown. I'm going to use walnut brown just to go around the outsides, and then that starts to highlight the eye. Can you see that okay? and then little strokes like so, and then that helps make it start to look round as well. I'm wondering if any of the ladies from my workshop, they said they were going to be tuning in tonight. They all did a fantastic job of drawing an eye and a nose and some lips. I'm also doing this at a funny angle because I can't lean over the top of the camera, so bear with me, people. We'll try our best to come up with a nice shaded image together. So little squiggles. Is there anybody else here? Let me know if you're there. It's nice to know if you're there and I'm not just on my own. I do have cats though. I'm hoping they're not going to make an appearance up on the table, but you never know. So little squiggles. Right, I'm going to leave the eye for now and we're going to start doing some of the skin around the eye. So with the light flesh. Hi Gail, hi Vicky. You've been playing with your pencils too. I'm hoping you can all colour alongside me. I'm now going to use the light flesh, which is this one, and I'm going to start by creating a little line here, and that helps you get the little bag under your eye. I don't know if you can see it okay. And just do the same on both sides. And then with little circular motions coming out from that circle, just start to shade that in and take it all the way up over the eyelid. And leave a little bit wide at the top of the eyelid there because that's going to be your, it's going to show a little bit of light. And then just take the circular motion all the way around. Hi Vicky, and hi Lorna, and hi Christine. Good. It's nice to know there's some people there and I'm not just standing here doing this on my own. I would be doing it more relaxed in the sitting room if I was on my own, rather than being nervous. So with the light flesh tone, we're now doing little circular motions all the way around up to the cheek. And let me know if I'm going at the right pace for you so that you can all see and you can all do it at the same time. And then take it all the way up round here, then up to your eyebrow, and leave a little bit white there as well. That's going to be where the shine is. And little circular motions will help the pigment of the pencil get into the paper and the card. So keeping it light and circular motions will help you layer it up. Take it in up to the nose as well. I'm just wondering with time, it's 10 past now, so I'm wondering if will I just do half a face to let you get more of an idea, or do you want me to do all of the face? Let me know. Let me know what you prefer. Right, I'm now going to give her some blue eyeshadow. And we're going to go in and just do it lightly here. And then going up over the line as well. And I am doing it a little bit harder than what I should do, so you can see it build up a bit quicker. So I probably shouldn't be doing it this hard. But if you're doing it, do it nice and light. So that's the first layer, and then do a darker layer of blue. And do that more in at the top of the eye there. And the same at the other side. And then I stop talking, don't I, because I start getting engrossed in it. And then with the dark brown, I'm going to go over the line of the eye here. Like so. And then you start to see your line. Has everybody used the Tattered Rose Distressed Oxide? I'm wondering. Or have you gone for the black line? Because some people prefer that. Then just starting to build up a little bit of a shadow going up the side of the head. And I'm going to go into the pupil now and give her a sparkle. So I'm going to give her a sparkle that's maybe that sort of shape. But play around with these sparkles. You can do them square, you can do them round. You can have them coming off into the side of the iris as well if you like. That's quite a nice one. And so starting off with brown, starting to fill in the pupil of the eye. Again with little circular motions. And I start with brown because then that helps you to build up different layers and it makes it more vibrant. Hi Kim, and hi, who else is watching? Hi Shirley and Alison, and Half Face is fine, and Ash. I see Ash is watching. So then with a darker brown, just start to go over the pupil, and that'll start to build up your vibrancy. And just leave it a little bit lighter in the centre, because then that helps to make it have some shine. And then just dark around the outside. And I'm going to skip now and start doing a bit of her cheek so that you can start to see. I'm not sure that there's lights great to let you see it properly. I'm sorry about that. Another good little tip is just under your nose, just a little circle here, and start to shade that in, and that helps to bring out that little bit that sticks, makes your lips look like they're protruding out. And a little bit of the light flesh all over the nose, and then get a little line here and then make a circle. This is what the ladies were learning on my workshop, so they'll be familiar with that now, that little circle. And then just continue to colour the nose with the light flesh, and I'm going to bring the light flesh down to the chin, and I'm going to do a circle here as well. And then that helps to get the little shine on your chin. And then it's hard to see with the light flesh just now, but it will slowly start to build up. And then just leave it a little bit white just on the outside of the nose. And I'm going to get some pink now for her cheeks. And if you start at the outside and then start to work your way in slowly, you start to emphasise the bag under the eye, and you start to see where her cheeks should be. I'm doing it a bit hard, sorry. It takes a few layers to get it right, and it's a nice relaxing thing to do when you're just doing it on your own. Is there anybody there? Has anybody got any questions so far? Oh, somebody lost face. Sorry, Louise. I'm glad that you're back. You lost it and now you're back. So just making it a little bit darker in at the line here, and gradually taking the colour out towards the nose, and then that starts to build up your cheek. The light's not great, is it? Anyway, we shall continue. I'm hoping you're getting the idea, even though the light's not great. Now with the medium flesh tone, I'm coming in back into the nose and just along the outside line, just starting to make it a bit darker. And then you can start doing little curls as well to help it feel round. And bring it down under the nose and under the nostrils as well, because that's where your shadow is going to be. So Vicky's saying, I stamped this one at the workshop, need to get the kids to bed. Oh. Get the kids to bed and then you can relax, Vicky. So then that little line here, you can emphasise it a little bit, and then a little bit darker there. Right, I'm now going to go in and start doing some light flesh on the lips. So just cover most of the lips with that. You can leave little bits white to help them have a shine. And then with the pink, I'm going to start from the centre, a little line, a little stroke like that. And then following the lip, just start to bring the little curl the way that the lip goes, if that makes sense. And then the same at the bottom. Little curls up. And then the same in the centre. Find the centre and then start to do little curls going down to meet those lines. And then the same going up. Let me know if I'm going too fast. I'm hoping that you can draw alongside me, and then start to make it a little bit darker in the centre, and then that helps to make your lips look a bit more realistic. I'm going to, at this point as well, just do a little bit of the medium flesh underneath her lip, because this is going to be like a shadow as well, where the lips come over the top. And then I am going to get a red. So we've used 3 shades already on the lips. So doing exactly the same as what you've already done with your little strokes, going in the way of the lips. And again from the bottom, little flicks coming up. And then again from the centre. Is everybody following okay? Let me know. Thank you, Vicky. Okay, now with the brown, find where your lip line is and then just follow it all the way along. That one didn't work. I'm doing it at an angle. So like so. And then you can use your brown just to give you a little bit of shade. And then again, that makes the lips start to feel a bit more realistic. And then with the brown as well, just under the lip, to start building up that shadow. Yeah. And then with the brown again, we're going to move up towards the nose and find your nostrils again, and then just emphasize them. And then with little circular motions, start to bring in your shadow around the nose. I'm sorry if I go quiet. I don't have Yanis or Haley chatting to me to keep me talking. Just me in the kitchen, not even the cats. The cats have disappeared. Thank you, Gail. It's great so far. That's good to know. Thank you for that. So yeah, little circular motions with your brown, and then just up round the nose like so, and just bring it in gradually, and then that starts to build up. The illusion of the nose being round, and then you can emphasise this line. The good thing about using your tattooed rose is you get a chance to then go in and emphasise your own lines, and you can manipulate the artwork a little bit more. Oh, sorry, just hitting the camera. And so also with your medium flesh, I always do a little line here. I don't know if you can see that. I'll do it a little bit darker. And that helps just, again, make your nose look round. And then with the medium flesh, I'm going to start coming back up to emphasise this bit here again. And if you keep going over it with lots of layers, the same colour can start to become quite dark if you just do lots of little circular motions. You see it starting to come through. Has somebody asked me a question? I can't really see some of the questions because they've started to move up, sorry. But what I'll do is I'll go back through the feed and I will reply to you all. If you have asked me a question, I'll try and help you as much as I can. So I've now started to go back over the cheek with the light flesh. I'd already done pink and now I'm going back over it with a lighter colour. And that starts to make it look a bit more cohesive. So if you're using your polychromos, just keep layering them up. Lots and lots of layers to get your vibrancy. I'm now going to come up and start trying to get a bit of her head done. I know there's not a lot to see when it's the light flesh. It's hard to see what's going on. But that is your base. It's a good base. If you're doing the pale skin tones, then it's a good base to start. Right, I'm going to start emphasising her eye. Sorry about this shadow. I just need to lean over a minute. So in where her eyelid is, you can start to emphasise it as well. And you can also little bits of shade above there. Just keeping it nice and light. Can you see that when I start to do that? That starts to give you your shadow. And continue that over at the other side. If I go over this way, I'm trying to do it so that you're not seeing a shadow. I don't know that that's going to happen. I'll try and do it. So yeah, start to emphasise. So a little bit darker in at the hairline, and bring that darkness over into the eyelid, and then gradually bring it out. And once you start getting your hair in, this shadow starts to make sense. You start to see that it's like the hair protruding. Oh, my back's getting sore. You start to see that that's the shadow where the hair's coming over the face. So I'm going to now do some black. I'm going to go into the pupil of the eye now and make it black. And then that helps to make it look more realistic. And then the vibrancy of the other colours start to come through. I'm making myself sleepy. I'm chatting away and I'm making myself tired. I'm sorry if I'm boring you. I'm boring myself. No, I'm not at all bored. I love doing this. This is how I relax. Get lost in it for hours. So just continue. Keep it a little bit lighter in the centre. And then with the black, you can then emphasise this line, your eye, for your eyelid. And that's the good thing about having the paler ink. You can now start to see that. The eyes start to come alive a bit. Yeah, you seeing that? And then a little bit darker here as well. And then with your browns or your greys, whatever you like, you can start to build up the little shadow coming over your eye here. And that just gives the illusion of the eyelid coming over the eye a little bit. Oh, is that starting to look okay? You're not boring, Dee. Thank you for doing this. Oh, thank you, Louise. Oh, and thank you, Rebecca. I'm happy that you love watching. And Christine, you're not boring, far from it. Oh, well, that's made me feel a bit better. Thanks, everybody. As long as you're happy and you're enjoying it, that is all that matters. I just wanted to give you a little chance to see how to use your stamps and to not put pressure on yourself either to get amazing results straight away. It's about practicing and learning how to work with your pencils. And every time you pick up your pencils, you improve. You start to enhance your skill, because everybody can draw and everybody can colour. It's just taking the time out just to explore it. So I'm going to use the brown to come down here as well, to start to emphasise the eye, and then This here is a little bit, I don't know what you call it. My terminology is just something else. So with the medium skin tone starting to build up where we put that line in at the start, just little circular motions. Oh, thank you, Shirley. I'm never boring and you think you could watch and listen to me all day long. That is so nice. Thank you. Oh, that's really lovely. So do you see that now starting to build up the bridge of the nose, starting to come together? Just lots of little circular motions, and you bring it down quite close to the nose, but always leave this little bit white. And I'm going to use my white pencil if I can find it. I'm just going to use my white in here, just around the outside of the nose. I could do with it being a bit sharper actually. There's my sharper one. So if you get your white and you put a little bit of white all the way around this bit of your nose here, then that starts to help make it look more realistic. And also along the top of your lips, just all the way along that top line, put in some white. And then now that you've got that little circle in there, you can put some white up along there as well, and some white in here, white in that little bit of your nose. And then now you've got that white there, that helps you to see where you want your skin tone to go. You can start bringing it in a little bit now. I'm sorry about the light, people, it's just not great. But I suppose it's better than nothing. So you can also use your cream. If I can find my cream, where did I put it? Sorry. So you can start to use your cream here as well, and then that starts to give you a nice bit of just another tone within the skin, and it brightens it up a bit. I'm just doing it with small circular motions. I'm going to try and sit down, if that's okay. See if that's better. Yeah. And now with the pink, I'm going to start building up again on the cheek. So as you can see, it is taking up lots of layers, isn't it? So just continue doing what we were doing earlier, just from the line. Make sure there's no white on the line, between the line and the skin tone, and then start to drag it through towards the nose, and then that gives you your cheek. And then you can take your pink down and then just a little bit in from the line of the stamp. Just do that. Can you see that? So that you've got a little bit of white there between the actual line and there, and then that helps your face to look more round. And also doing this motion here, that starts to give the illusion of it being round. Can you see that? I'm going to go back into the eye now and add a bit more colour. Sorry about that shadow. The shadow's changing as... Oh, let me see if I can do it without a shadow. So again, going in little squiggles and then little circular motions, and then you start to get the illusion of it being a bit marbly, and then make this line darker, and then that makes the eye look round. Little squiggles, and then the same coming down from the pupil, like so. What's Min saying? I'm loving watching you doing this, Dee. Thank you so much for sharing with us. You're so welcome. I just really wanted to give you a chance to work with your stamps the way that they're meant to be used. Take a little bit of practice. And so then with the same brown, you can do the same at just the bottom here, and then that starts to give the illusion of a little bit of a shadow, and then just make it a little bit darker here, and then it starts to look more realistic. So just continue going round the eye, and then bring in your shadow. We'll get some eyelashes on there soon as well. And then just a bit darker here. I'm going to come back down to the nose. I'm going to get some black. So just to go back over where your nostril is with your black. You should always have a sharp pencil as well. The sharp pencil helps you to get more definition. And you can go back over here as well. I know we've already gone in here with black, but it just makes you see, the more you do it, the more vibrant it becomes. And again, going back into your pupil. And if you make it a little bit darker here, that starts to make it look round. Can you see that? I'm going to go in with some more blue now on her eyes, a little bit darker. Just on the line. And you can bring it up and bring it down a little bit lighter. Sorry about the shadow, and same over at this side. Make it darker. There, you're starting to see the difference now. I'm going to go back into the lips now and start building them up again. To start making them look a bit fatter. So they're just the same little motions that I showed you earlier. Going from the centre of the line all the way up, and then again at the bottom all the way down, and then you start to see your little shiny bits starting to appear. Can you see that? And then if you make it just a little bit darker on the bottom, they start to look a bit more, and a bit, and the same on the top, just a little bit darker. Right, I'm going to go back in here, build this bit up again. If you do that little circle, it just naturally starts to make the white of the lips start to pop, and just have a shadow going on underneath the nostrils. Bring this up. Now I usually have little button noses, but you can use this line and start to create a line here up towards your eye if you like. I prefer just to keep them kind of like a button. But if you start to keep this bit here in the middle white and build all the rest in, then that's when you start to get the illusion of that being the bridge of the nose. I'm starting on this side now to try and show you that. So just mirroring what you've already done, and then start to build it in. And you bring it over a little bit. I'm sorry about the light, people. It's not allowing me to show you the way that I want to. And then all the way up to the top, and then have a little circle up here or here, just to have a shine on your head as well. So is everybody colouring alongside me, or is people watching and going to do later? I hope you can all share it in my group as well when you've done it. I love to see what you're all doing. There, can you see that eye come together now? And can you start to see the skin starting to build up? If you do up here as well, darker, you start to get your little highlight. Here, you want this little bit here to be white. And then that starts to build up the illusion of it having a little shine there. And you can have the shine here as well, but I've kind of coloured it already, so. And just keep going over it and over it until you get it to the right shade that you want it to be. And then with my medium flesh, and it should be sharp. That pencil is not at all as sharp as it should be. But I'm trying to not get a shadow. But if you start to do that little motion, can you see that? It's like little lines. Then that starts to give you the feeling of that starting to pop out a little bit. And then just drag that into the colour you've already done. Is that starting to look like a face? Hi Melanie. Thank you for joining me, and hi Terry. So medium flesh, just bringing that over into the cheek again. And then you can use your stamps to make little hearts in your cheeks, or put little swirls, or write words in there. And then just building up. So there. Is that enough? Do you want me to continue, or have you seen enough? Let me know. Because you would now just continue that on the other side, and then eventually you would have your full face. So there's an example there. So can you see it starting to come together? I gave her lilac eyes. Actually, they were really nice lilac. Are you starting to see it? So do you want me to continue, or do you want me to do the hair? You want me to do this side of the hair? I'm going to start with a pale shade. I'm going to go in with cream, so you won't see much yet, but just as long as it's going in the direction that hair goes, you want it to come down. And for your base colour, it doesn't really matter. You can like almost shade it, just shade it in. And it's when you start using your other layers, you want your pencil to be really sharp, and you want to do it in lines like so. And you're just doing lots and lots of strokes like that, and following it around. So I'm going to bring it down a little bit, yeah. So find where you want your pattern to be as well. I'm not in a good position actually to do this, but little strokes like that, that's your pattern. And then the same at the other side. Can you hear my cat? She's trying to catch a pencil that's fallen on the floor. So if you hear any scraping, it's my cat. So that's what you do to get your pattern. Just separate, just get yourself a nice little line, and then just start to have your lines coming out. And then have them just sweeping over. My back, sorry, my back's broke. Laurie says she doesn't think you can see her. Oh, I haven't seen you, Laurie. Hi, Laurie. Sorry, when the feed starts moving up, I can't see everybody's comments. Oh, thank you for tuning in. It was lovely to see you on Sunday, Laurie. Thank you for coming to my workshop. I hope you enjoyed it. So my hand isn't in the right position. Can I just turn her around a bit there? So you do little sweeps like so, and just keep doing that. Take it all the way down. So that's you had got one sort of layer of colour. I'm going to go for a darker now and do exactly the same within your pattern. Get your little strokes. Sorry about that shadow. How annoying, eh? If you'd seen me earlier trying to rearrange this kitchen, trying to find a place to not have shadows. So just keep doing the same, more of the same, just lots of strokes. And take it darker towards the line here, and then you can bring that brown down to start building up your shadow. Just make sure there's no white at all. You just do not want white because you don't have any white spaces when you look at your face. So do that, and then lots of strokes. You can leave a little bit lighter here, so if the light's going to shine on it. And just continue. So has anybody got wine? I've got a cup of tea, but I haven't had a chance to drink it. It's gone cold. So they're just lots of little strokes. And I'm going to go darker again. And get your strokes coming out of your pattern. And just continue with lots of little lines. Because if you think of how many hairs or how many strands of hair you've got on your actual head, this is the same. You just want lots and lots of little lines, and the sharper your pencil the better. I could actually do with sharpening my pencil now, because that is actually not really sharp enough. If you're doing it properly, just keep it really sharp, and then it starts to look more defined. But hopefully this will still give you an idea. And then have it darker here as well. It was funny at my workshop, it was totally silent when everybody was drawing. It was like what I was just doing there. really quiet, because you just get engrossed. And it was like, wow, listen to the silence. It was just deafening. That was so good. I really enjoyed my workshop. So thank you to all the ladies who came. My very first one, I was so nervous, but they all made me feel so welcome. So I just move that. So are you starting to see a little bit of a shine starting to appear here? Just make sure this bit here is darker. So it's as if the sun's coming in and just sort of hitting it there. And get your black as well. Use black in here as well, especially up here at the top, and you can start that to be your shadow. Bring it down a bit so you can see. So I have this coming down. Is that starting to, you're starting to get the idea, get the effect? Same at this side. So it's like she's got roots. She needs to have her hair done because she's got roots. So anybody who is drawing along, I would love to see what you're doing. Please do share it in my group. And if you have any questions, please do get in touch and ask. I'm going to use the black as well now to go back in here on our lips. And then that starts to make them pop a bit and put a little bit of a shadow in there as well. So there, I think that's enough. I think because my back is broke. My back is really broke. I would love to stay and do all of it, but I think I need to sit down. See, once you get into it, that's it, isn't it? So, and it's the same principle with the little girl's face, you know. Do you want me to do a little bit of her face? Yeah? So, with your pale flesh, just do circular motions around her eyelids, and then take it down as well underneath the line, and then circular motions all the way down her cheek, and then you want to get a little white bit here as well for the bag under her eye. Again, a little bit white here. And then up into the hairline. I'll do one side of her, the little girl's face. Keep this little bit here white. This little bit in here, because then that makes it shine. And with the dark flesh, just do emphasize around that line. And you can draw really long eyelashes. And there's also a stamp in there that's the eyelashes, so you can use it if you prefer and you don't want to draw. Or you can just leave her as she is, nice and natural. So this is the mother with her child, or it's a metaphor for the inner child. So if it's for your child self, which is quite nice. You go in and you're giving that little girl what she didn't have. So just make sure under the hairline is at its darkest. And then the same with her nose. I'm going to draw her little nostrils on. So give her a little one there and there. Oh, thank you, Gail. I've sat down now, so my back's not as bad. I was standing up and leaning over, and it was starting to break. I feel a bit better now that I'm sitting down. I just can't see my picture as good when I'm sitting down, so I'm just hoping that it's working. That's the only thing. So again, go over the nose and find a little space to give her a little circle on her nose. And a little circle here underneath her nose to get that shadow in and to emphasise her lips. And again, a little circle on her chin. And then just follow it all the way down. Emphasise that wee bit there to get the wee bag under her eye. And then with the brown, you can then go back in over that line. And you start to see that her eye is closed. And you can do a little bit of a shadow as well. And then use that to create a line around her hairline. Sorry, I've missed that line there. And do little strokes from here up. I'm giving her dark hair. And with the darker flesh tone again, the same as what you did with the adult face, just all the way around the edges, darker, if you can. Her lips are much smaller, so I'm just going to do them pale pink and then little lines. I mean, you don't need to do it like this, you can just colour it, but it's quite nice to try and get that, if you want it to look like my artwork. Oh, hi Danya, she's watching with Carly. Oh, hi Carly. Carly be all grown up now. Lola would love to see Carly. So a little bit of pink, and then with the black, with the brown, just give her a little defined line as well. And then with her, I like to give her an actual round pink cheek because I think it looks more childlike. So just little circular motions. Just like so. I'm running out of things to say now because I'm getting sleepy. And with that same pink, you can go in and go around her eye like so. And then you can bring a little bit of a line over, just a little bit, but not all the way. And that helps to make it look like her eye that's closed. And then give her a shadow here. And then you would do the same with her hair, just with a lighter tone. Just start to have her hair going in the direction that you want it to go. And so I'm having it coming from the top here, so they're like little strokes, like that. Find the centre and then have the strokes go in the direction of the hair. Does that make sense? And then that helps to build up the illusion of the head being round. And then keep it light or white in the centre, and then that helps to give you your little shine in your hair. And just keep the lines going the way that the hair grows, in lots of little strokes. And have the bottom ones coming up but not quite meeting the top ones. And then get a different shade, a darker shade, and then just keep building it up. Is everybody still there? Let me know if you're still there. Because if you're not, I'm going to go and sit down and watch the telly. If you are, then I'll just keep going. So there, little strokes. Can you hear my cat? She is so cheeky. She gets into everything. She's so mischievous. She's running around the kitchen. Are you starting to see the hair building up? There are lots of little strokes, bring it all the way down. I'm not really at the right angle. I'm stood up again now. Back's starting to get sore again. I can't see when I'm sitting down, that's the thing. So there, just... And then it gets darker in here. You can start going around in your circular motions in here because that's where it's darker. So the shadow, and you can bring that shadow in under her chin as well. Do that with the mum or Patience. And then you use your black to emphasise that that's a shadow in there. At the minute, she looks like she's got a beard, actually. That does pass the more the picture builds up. We don't want her having a beard. So just make that darker in there, and then I'll go in again and make that even darker with a darker brown. And same here. There, is that starting to make sense? Are you starting to see her come together? Where was the original? So there's the original. Except that's the smaller one. Actually, I should have said that's the A4. Sorry, that's the A5 one, and I'm working on the A4 tonight. I thought it would help you to see a bit better. So I think I'm going to leave it there. That's been an hour. An hour I've stood up and my back's sore. But I really do hope that I've helped you to feel a bit more confident about getting your pencils out and taking your time and layering it up and playing around with your colours. I mean, you can also bring in your golds, and then that starts to make it look a bit more vibrant if you bring that in. I don't know if you can see it in this light. But can you see it if I move it around a little bit? There, yeah. And you can put some yellow in her eyes as well. That makes them brighten up. You can put it in her lips as well. That just sort of makes it a bit more vibrant. Same with the little girl. You can put some yellow in there. But yeah, anyway, I think I shall leave you for now. So that is the original. So if you keep going with your layers, you can get this effect. And I'm going to pin this on the top of my Facebook page if anybody wants to try later on, or if they want to do it tomorrow, try and do it along with me. Have all your pencils and things ready. And yeah, thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Thank you for buying my stamps. Thank you for coming to my workshops. Thank you for supporting me and encouraging me in all my artwork. And I shall look forward to the next one. Take care, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your night. Bye bye.